Welcome to Proper Lifting Training, our company's commitment to ergonomics. Ensuring a safer workplace safety and employee well-being are at the core of our operations. We are committed to ergonomics, adopting workplace practices that reduce risk, improve comfort, and protect our team members. One essential part of this commitment is our proper lifting training, which all employees are required to complete. This training is designed to promote workplace health and safety by teaching safe lifting techniques, prevent musculoskeletal disorders, MSDs that can result from poor lifting habits or repetitive strain, ensure compliance with our company's policies and industry best practices. By completing proper lifting training and applying these techniques daily, employees help create a safer and more supportive work environment. This isn't just about preventing injuries. It's about building a culture where everyone can work effectively and return home safely. Our company's dedication to ergonomics reflects our broader mission: to protect our people, maintain operational excellence, and uphold a standard of safety that benefits everyone. OSHA enforces workplace safety through the General Duty Clause. This means employers are required to keep their workplaces free from serious recognized hazards, including ergonomic lifting risks, even if there's no specific OSHA standard in place. To comply, employers must use any feasible and useful methods available to reduce or eliminate these hazards. At our company, this is exactly why our proper lifting training is so important. It helps us meet these requirements and protect everyone on the job. Here's why proper lifting and ergonomics matter. More than half of all accepted workers' compensation claims are caused by musculoskeletal disorders. These injuries often lead to chronic pain, missed workdays, and costly treatments. About 1 in 5 workplace injuries are related to lifting and handling, and back injuries are the #1 reason for lost workdays. Safe handling isn't just about comfort. It's about protecting health, reducing risk, and keeping productivity high over the long term. Before we dive into the content, let's go over what you'll be able to take away from this training. After completing this session, you'll be able to understand the health risks associated with improper lifting and how they impact your long-term well-being. Explain the general principles of ergonomics and why fitting the job to the worker is critical for safety. Identify and apply good work practices, including safe lifting techniques and the proper use of mechanical or team-assisted equipment. Recognize tasks and situations that may lead to pain or injury, so you can adjust or ask for help before harm occurs. Spot the early symptoms of musculoskeletal disorders and understand why addressing these signs early prevents more serious injury. Know the procedures for reporting work-related injuries promptly, ensuring both your safety and compliance with company and legal requirements. By the end of this training, you'll have the tools and knowledge to protect yourself, your coworkers, and contribute to a safer workplace. Let's learn about ergonomics. Ergonomic safety involves designing tasks, workspaces, and tools to fit the physical needs of employees, reducing strain and the risk of injury. Ergonomics is about designing work environments and tasks to fit you, rather than forcing you to adapt to poor conditions. The goal is to prevent musculoskeletal disorders before they happen. A strong ergonomics program creates a safer environment, reduces fatigue and discomfort, improves productivity, and supports your long-term well-being. Here are some of the most common ergonomic risks we see in the workplace. Back strains and sprains are among the most frequent, along with hernias, disc injuries, and slips, trips, or falls while carrying loads. Hand, foot, and crush injuries also occur when proper lifting and handling techniques aren't followed. If these hazards are ignored, they can lead to reduced productivity and long-term health issues for employees, something we're committed to preventing. Musculoskeletal disorders, or MSDs, refer to injuries or disorders that affect the muscles, nerves, tendons, joints, cartilage, and spinal discs. These can include soft tissue injuries like strains and sprains, as well as repetitive motion injuries that build up over time from doing the same movement repeatedly. MSDs can start out small, but, if ignored, can lead to chronic pain, reduced mobility, and long-term health problems. That's why recognizing and preventing them is a key part of our ergonomics and lifting safety program. To prevent musculoskeletal disorders, we need to understand the risk factors that contribute to them. Poor body mechanics, like lifting with your back instead of your legs, can put excessive strain on muscles and discs. Restrictive workstations or work areas that don't allow proper movement can force your body into awkward positions. Awkward postures, overhead work, and tasks performed below the knees all increase the risk of injury because they place extra stress on your muscles and joints. Using the wrong hand tools for a task can also lead to repetitive strain and discomfort over time. By identifying and addressing these risks early, we can prevent MSDs and keep our workplace safer and more productive. It's important to understand that the early signs of musculoskeletal disorders should never be ignored. Catching and addressing these issues early can prevent them from becoming serious, long-term injuries. Some of the warning signs to watch for include muscle aches or stiffness, tingling or numbness, discomfort during or after a task, and a noticeable decrease in strength or range of motion. If you notice any of these symptoms, report them right away. Early reporting allows for quick ergonomic adjustments and helps us identify and correct problem areas in the workplace. This proactive approach keeps everyone healthier and contributes to a safer, more productive work environment. How to reduce back injuries in the workplace. Proper planning and training in safe lifting techniques and ergonomic workplace design can significantly reduce the risk of back injuries on the job. Some tasks naturally put us in awkward positions, reaching, pushing, or lifting objects in tight or challenging spaces. The key is to plan ahead before you move anything. Always evaluate and plan the lifting task. Ask yourself, is the object too big, too awkward, or too heavy for one person? Can you work at a table or at standing height to do the project? Can you get a solid grip on it? Where are you putting it, and is your path clear? Is this a one-person job, or would it be safer with two people? And if so, can you work with someone about your height? Before lifting or carrying, remember to stretch and bend to loosen up. Test the weight and stability of the load first, and if it's too heavy, divide it into smaller parts. Planning and preparation make a huge difference in preventing injury when working in awkward postures. When you need to lift a heavy load, proper technique is critical to protect your back and prevent injury. First, stand as close to the load as possible. Position your feet shoulder-width apart with one foot slightly ahead of the other for balance. Bend at your hips and knees into a deep squat. Don't bend at the waist. Keep your head up, your back and shoulders straight. Hold the load close to your body at about waist level. Engage your core muscles. Push against the ground and straighten your legs as you lift. As you move, keep the load close and change direction by moving your feet and leading with your hips. Don't twist your back. Take small, steady steps and keep a firm grip with all your fingers. These steps reduce strain and give you the best control of the load while protecting your body. One of the most important principles for safe lifting is to use your legs, not your back. Your legs are the foundation for lifting. They are on average about 4 times stronger than your arms, and they provide a stable base that helps increase core stability while reducing your risk of injury. When lifting, let your legs do the work by pushing you up, and never lock your knees. If you arch your back or rely on your spine to power the lift, you can easily strain muscles, pinch nerves, or cause disc damage. And remember, avoid twisting your back while carrying a load. Move your feet instead and lead with your hips to stay aligned and safe. It's important to remember that you can injure your back just as easily while carrying a load as when lifting it. Always keep the load at waist height and make sure you can clearly see where you're going. Never walk backward while carrying something. It throws you off balance and greatly increases your risk of falling. Walk slowly, taking small, controlled steps, and make sure the load is balanced so it doesn't shift unexpectedly. Take breaks as often as needed to avoid fatigue. And finally, when you need to turn, move your feet and rotate your whole body. Never twist at the waist while holding a load. Following these tips can help you avoid serious injuries while carrying items. Setting down a heavy object can be just as dangerous as picking it up, so it's important to follow the same ergonomic principles in reverse. Always keep the load close to your body, with your back straight or slightly arched. Squat down by bending at your knees and hips, not your waist. As you lower the load, tighten your stomach muscles and engage your core for added stability. If necessary, kneel on one knee for better control. Don't rush. Take your time when lowering a heavy object. Keep in mind that the most dangerous lifting tasks are those that are repetitive or done for long periods. Monitor your exertion level, take breaks, and stop before you become too fatigued to lift and lower safely. Proper pacing and awareness are key to preventing injuries. When a load is too bulky or heavy for one person, lifting as a team is the safest option. Start by visually inspecting the load. Consider its size, shape, and weight, and check the area for any obstacles that might get in your way. Establish a leader for the lift. This person will direct the team and call out commands to keep everyone coordinated. Develop a clear plan before starting. Agree on the path you'll take and exactly where the load will be placed. If possible, choose team members of similar height and physical build so the load stays balanced. Take time to warm up your muscles before the lift. This helps prevent injuries. When you lift and lower, do it together at the same time. Communication is key. Use simple, clear commands like lift and down so everyone moves in sync and safely. A well-coordinated team lift makes even heavy or awkward loads manageable and reduces the risk of injuries. Whenever possible, choose to push a heavy item rather than pull it. Pushing is almost always safer. Pushing gives you better control over the load and puts less strain on your back and shoulders. To push safely, position yourself close to the object with your feet shoulder-width apart for balance. Keep your back straight and use your leg muscles to provide most of the power. Avoid twisting your body while pushing. Instead, change directions by moving your feet and leading with your whole body. These small adjustments make pushing safer, more effective, and less fatiguing compared to pulling. Sometimes the safest way to move a load is not by lifting it yourself at all. Whenever an object is more than you can safely lift, use mechanical help. Lifting aids like hand trucks, four-wheel dollies, or furniture sliders can reduce the strain on your body and make moving heavy items much safer. When using these tools, make sure the load is balanced and, if needed, strapped in securely so it doesn't shift or fall. And remember, if a lift still requires 2 people, coordinate with someone about your height to keep the load level and stable. The goal is always to protect yourself and your team by using the right equipment and methods for the job. Get help with ergonomics. Improve your comfort and productivity by getting expert help with ergonomics tailored to your workspace needs. If you're injured at work, it's important to follow your company's reporting process right away. First, report the injury immediately to your supervisor. If your supervisor isn't available, you can call the National OSHA hotline at 800-321-6742. Next, complete a report of injury (ROI) form. Once filled out, submit the ROI to your supervisor. If you end up receiving medical treatment, you will also need to complete an 801 workers' compensation form and submit it to your supervisor. Prompt reporting helps us provide proper care, meet legal requirements, and improve workplace safety for everyone. To wrap up, let's review the key takeaways. Proper lifting is essential. It helps prevent injuries, improves comfort, and boosts overall workplace performance. Improper lifting can lead to serious issues like chronic muscle pain, strains, pinched nerves, and even disc injuries. Preparing for a heavy lift ahead of time is one of the best ways to reduce your risk. Practice good lifting posture, positioning, and know your personal limits. If the load is too large, heavy, or awkward, don't go it alone. Ask for help, work as a team, or use mechanical aids. Always take breaks when you need them. Also, be familiar with the procedures for reporting ergonomic issues and injuries so they can be addressed promptly. Finally, remember, the most dangerous lifting tasks are those done repetitively or for long periods. Stop and rest before you become too fatigued to lift safely. Safe lifting practices not only protect you but help maintain a healthier, more productive work environment for everyone. Congratulations! You have completed proper lifting training. To get credit for this class, you must take the proper lifting exam.